Now I'd like to talk to you about how I teach eighth note triplets in 4/4. So you got to go back to the fundamentals every time. You know, tapping your toe equals the pulse, mouth equals the meter, hands equal the rhythm. But when you teach these eighth note triplets in 4/4, I just came across two methods of counting that work equally well. Some of my percussionist friends prefer this: one triplet, two triplet, three triplet. That's fine. Go for that if you want to. Or you can do what I do, is just say triplet, triplet. I know there's no O in triplet. That's my high school band director told me he doesn't like that counting because there's an O in the middle and there's not an O in the word. But that's what I use. It's just simpler for me. I don't get off track when I have to throw the number in there. It gets me off track. But some of my students have enjoyed using it the other way. So if you will, just turn your metronome on at 66 beats per minute and have the students tap their toe and count. Either way, I'm just going to do it the way that I use with my students. Triplet, 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 and then have them do that till they get solid. And then you model clapping and have them echo. Triplet, 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 triplet. They echo. Then you do it again. Triplet, 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 they echo. And you do it over and over again until they feel really good about it. Then, once that's solid, then I go ahead and look at number 171 in the book. And you'll notice that I switch back and forth between the subdivisions because I truly believe that kids, especially in 4/4, should have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and as the foundation that they lay everything upon. And if it's something different like 16th notes or triplets, I want them to count that just for the beat that has that particular rhythm. So here's 171. Triplet, 2 and triplet, 4 and triplet, 2 and triplet, 4 and triplet, triplet, 3 and 4 and 1 and triplet, 3 and triplet, 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 4 and then after you do that, hopefully they've done it with their gun, they're pointing at it as you do it. You shine it up there, you write out your counts, and you touch each note, do your bouncing ball thing so that they understand that this rhythm equals this sound. And then after they feel comfortable doing it that way, then take all that stuff off the board and let them just do it looking at their book. After you do this, then make sure that you don't just stop there at triplets, but you go on and you expose them to eighth notes and triplets in the same measure. Like 172, the second to last measure looks like this. 1 and triplet, 3 and triplet. And they need to know how to do that on any beat. And if you just go one by one through the book, then they will get it. Also, there's you got to make sure they understand the triplet versus 16th subdivision. Like in 174, here's the first measure: 1E and a 2E and a triplet, triplet. And then also the triplet versus the dotted eighth, the bane of all percussion, especially drumline guys that are my friends. So 1E and a triplet, 3E and a triplet, 1E and a triplet, 3E and a triplet. That's 175, the first measure. So just if you have any questions about triplets or you don't know how one of the exercises is supposed to be clapped, just refer to the extensive list of clapping videos on the YouTube channel and just see how I clap and count them in there, and you should be able to figure it out. Remember, every time you teach a clapping and counting session, you want to have your metronome on. You want to force them to have that good posture, curved spine, shoulders up, back, down, tap your toe, count out loud, clap the rhythms. If it's too hard, don't clap the rhythms, just tap your toe and count. The rhythm is the least important part. 2 exercises twice each. Model new exercises for them while they use their gun. Use the line that represents your standard and tell them whether they're under it, on it, or above your standard. Keep that energy level high and keep the clapping period short so that hopefully it's fun and intense.